Oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm using this camera. Hi! I have no idea what the audio on this is going to sound like because I don't have a microphone for this camera. I meant to get one and then I forgot, didn't I? Hi, greetings and salutations! Ah! My room is so messy. Shooting with an actual camera is so weird and so fun. I love it! Greetings and salutations. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Ashlee Tayla. It's lovely to have you here. So first of all, this is my first time filming with a new camera. Did I forget to get a microphone for it? Yes. So we are using the camera's microphone today. I cannot speak to the quality of it. I'm sorry if it's not great. For anyone who doesn't know me or isn't privy to this fact, I am a Disney adult. Boo! I know, I get it. Blah, blah, blah. Disney makes me happy and I'm autistic, so if you're mean about it, you're actually being ableist. I'm kidding, but am I? But because I'm a Disney adult, one of my main comfort depression games is Disney Dreamlight Valley. I am usually not a cozy game girly, but there is something in Dreamlight Valley that just... maybe it's the fact that it's Disney characters. Maybe it's the fact that it's Disney characters, but there is just something about it that I love and it makes me so happy. I started playing Dreamlight Valley when there was some sort of promotion to get a specific set of clothing when you bought the game at a certain time. I can't even remember what it was now, but there was a pair of tangled overalls in this that I loved so much that it was the reason I started playing Dreamlight Valley, and ever since I have wanted to make them. Clarification also, I am not a crafty person. I am terrible at anything to do with visual arts or painting, but I have painted the mural that Rapunzel paints in Tangled 1,000 times, and some of them turn out decent. I painted it for myself on different sizes. I've painted it on mugs. I painted it for friends. I've painted it a lot of times. So I feel like if there was anything that I could achieve, it's probably this. So the tangled overalls in Dreamlight Valley look like this. It's pretty simple. The scariest part is the sun emblem on the middle, which I always mess up when I am painting. It looks pretty simple. So I have bought a pair of plain blue denim overalls, and today, with you coming along for the journey, I'm going to try and paint them into the ones from the game. Follow along if you want a tutorial, or just watch me do it. Let's go. Also, I know what you're thinking, Ashley, are you wearing Wicked the movie pajamas? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because when you're painting, you don't want to be wearing clothes that you would be really upset if you accidentally kneel and paint. I speak from the experience of painting many a cosplay prop and getting paint all over the clothes that I was wearing and being sad about it. Now, what you are going to need for these are the overalls in question that you need to paint. This is going to be the most expensive thing that you need to buy. We're trying to do this on a budget. Your galas, no, I won't say broke, but I'll say financially challenged. Overalls, I got these on clearance from Dangerfield and they're great. So look in sale sections. Fabric paints, I got this little concoction of a bunch of them. There's 18 colors in here off Amazon, which we don't love Amazon, but sometimes things are really expensive and you're a little bit broke. Oh my god, wait, it came with I didn't know it came with these. But also I'm a cosplayer, so fabric paint comes in handy. So I got 1,000 colors. You don't need this many. Realistically, white is really important. Oh my god, and it came with one of these. Okay, actually, this is something you need. I was going to suggest using a plate. I would actually recommend a disposable plate, a paper one. I didn't get any, so I was going to use an actual paint and just pray nothing stained. Use one of these. But the important colors are a white, because we're going to use that for base, a yellow that you like for the sun or that you can change with the white, and the colors that you want for your lanterns, because you can also kind of have a bit of fun with those. And so don't feel like you need to get a pack this big. I'm just a cosplayer, so it makes sense to me. Some paint brushes. I got some of varying sizes because that's comfier for me. You can freehand the sun. I struggle to do that, so I got some stencils. And an iced coffee, so you don't go insane. This is a caramel almond iced latte, if anyone would not like to know. And it is in a Wicked cup, because I was going to film an audition for Glinda at Universal Studios in Orlando today, and turns out when you get to the end of that process, you can't audition if you're outside the US. I wasn't gonna get it anyway, but I thought it was gonna be fun to do, and I prepared a whole monologue and stuff, because nowhere on the actual listing did it say that you needed to be from the US. So we got through. And now they said no. So that's fun. And also some tape. I would recommend masking tape or duct tape if you have any, but I didn't. And again, we're trying to do this on a budget. So this is just to tape down the stencil so you get it in like the correct spot and it doesn't move on you. Whatever you have will do, love. Ignore the fact that my room is a mess. The first thing I am going to start with is the sun in the center here because I want to do a white base for it before I go over in the yellow. So the yellow is really pigmented. I have 8,000 different shapes because I truly wasn't sure on what size I wanted to use, but turns out the smaller size in the pack that I got is the one that's going to fit perfectly on the pocket because I want it smack bang on the pocket here, which is like how they are in the game, but it also makes the most design sense. I'm going to tape this down and then I'm going to paint the white layer and then we're going to paint some white bases for the lantern. Sorry for the foot shot just then. I don't know how to get an angle where you can really like see me fully doing the painting. So I'm just gonna kind of take you with me as I go. Now, could you measure this out to get it perfectly in the center here? Yes. Am I going to do that? No, because I'm gonna be so honest. One, I'm lazy and I'm very much so a hope for the best kind of gal, but also that feels kind of like anti-Rapunzel. I feel like Rapunzel is freehanding shit, you know? That's, oh my god! If I could, this tape dispenser sucks! Crafting is so good for your mental health, guys. I find it really calming. There we go, she's taped down. You can't see. Can you see that? She's taped down. She's taped down. We're making progress! So in a lovely turn of events, I have just started and it's already going poorly. So that's a good sign. That's a really good sign for what's coming. Okay, so originally we were going to do this exact shape, but the stencil wasn't really working. The paint was bleeding through because it just wasn't really working, I guess, on fabric. So we've just done like a solid sun shape that isn't great, but could be worse. And we're going to make that yellow after and hope that that looks okay. But for now, we're going to start doing some lanterns on the legs here. All right, we're literally just doing a little time lapse here of me painting. There is nothing to see here except me pulling a lot of weird positions. I kind of thought this footage would be more interesting, but it at least creates a bridge in the content. Just look at my bad posture. That's all. All right, I have finished the lanterns on one leg. They are kind of like descending up the legs from left to right. The right leg, well, the left leg when you wear it, but when you look at it, it's the leg on the right, kind of has them going higher. So I started on the left leg where there's less of them, and I have finished that now. She looks like this. Obviously, this is just the white base, so then I'm going to go over with a color, but so that the colors, especially like pinks or purples, which there are a few of, so they look more visible, you want to do some white first, and then we're going to do some more descending up on this leg. I would also like to say I immediately panicked and got mad at myself over the sun not turning out how I wanted it, but then I started doing the lanterns and I was like, oh, that's why I paint this specific thing all the time, because I find this so fun and so easy to paint. So that's a fucking win. We love that for me. And you guessed it, kiddos. Here is another time lapse of me painting little rectangles. That's all that's happening here. So you can't even fucking see what I'm painting. I don't know why I thought this time lapse was a good idea, but you know what? You're gonna see it. Look at the true shapes that only a cryptid and myself find comfortable. Look at me go. Alrighty, so I think I have finished the right leg or the base of the white leg as well. We've just done them here. We've got that little like diagonal line going up. I feel like they go up slightly higher in the pen in the game, but just because I'm not entirely sure, I would like them to be a little bit, not subtle, but like subtler. So we're going to start with this. I'm going to finish them and try them on. And then if I want to keep going and add some more once I've done that, that is an option for me too. I'm going to go see if the white sun is done so I can add the yellow to it. But this is what the base is looking like. And now I'm going to let that dry, hopefully do the yellow in the meantime, and then kind of figure out what colors I want to do in here, because they're kind of all over the place in the game. I'm also, I think, only going to do the front, but I may also do the front and then do some lanterns on the back too. But this is what we're going to start with at the very least. Also, I know it's silly and requires like no talent, but truly like it's so therapeutic to just paint, not square, what's the other one, rectangles on it. It's so simple, but it's so easy, and it actually like has been really good for my mental health, because I was quite sad about the Universal audition thing earlier. So I love, someday I'll play her somehow. I'm too talentless to play her on Broadway, which is my childhood dream, but, or not in Broadway, just like on stage, but like I can't be doing that. So someday I'll find a way. Universal Studios is not the answer apparently, but this is making me feel better. Okay, the white sun wasn't quite dry enough for me to begin painting it yet, so I added a few more little lanterns to the right leg. So I've just gone through and filled her out a little bit more because I was looking at the reference photos of the overalls in the game, and this leg is quite packed with a lot of like smaller little ones. I still don't want quite as many, and they have some overlapping ones in the game that I don't really want to do, but like feel free to do if you're doing that. But we still have that nice little lift with it. This is just the bigger ones that I was focused on, but now I think that is ready to attack. So I'm going to use this shade of yellow, I think. Or at least I'm going to pour her out and then decide on the shade once I've poured her out and see if I want to add a little bit of white to her. But I think she's going to be quite a sunshine color already. I also was looking at references, and because it's a video game, you can't entirely tell that there is still the little gap between the center of the sun and the little tails in the game. So I think having it be a full shape should turn out okay. Hopefully. Time lapse of me painting the yellow. We all love a time lapse of me painting the yellow. I just feel like it makes the content easier to have these little breaks. Sorry, this is a boring video. Okay, so we've done the yellow. I liked this shade. Didn't have to alter her at all. I think she's kind of perfect. I wish she looked like this. I wish she had a little cutout, but it's fine. I think it still looks decently cute. I think she still looks decently cute. I will be so for real. I really thought I was going to hate the outcome a lot more than I do. So I'm going to count that as a win. I also think most of these little guys, because they are smaller, are dry. So I'm going to, while I have the yellow out, I'm going to go in and pick what lanterns I want to do yellow or what ones look yellow in the footage, and go ahead and paint those now and let those dry while the sun dries and I clean my paintbrushes before I do some other colors. Done a few yellow ones in here, and I'm actually going to keep going and just paint all of them because I forgot I have like 8,000 brushes, and you know what? Why not just do every color I want to do and then wash all of the brushes in one go while they dry? That seems like the smarter idea, actually. Ooh, you're so excited to see this time lapse of me painting on the lanterns and just mixing paint colors and pouring different bottles out. Ooh, you love this content. You said, yes, Ashlee, feed us. We love this content. Thank you, Mom. All right, I have painted them. I used mostly just like my favorite colors. So I used quite a bit of the like golden yellow because I think that works. And then I used a couple different, oh, you can see it more in real life than on camera, but a couple different shades of purple and pink, just with the pink and purple paints and a little bit of white. I used this like light blue because I had this like kind of periwinkle blue shade as well, but I was like, that's not gonna show up on the denim really at all, so I went for this like brighter blue because you can see blue in the game on the overalls. But this is what they look like. Now I'm gonna leave these to dry and I'll show you what they look like on in a little bit. And may I get a drum roll, please? Oh, you can't see my head. They're done! They're finished. I actually think they turned out pretty cute. Does anyone want to go on a Disney cruise with me so I have an excuse to wear them? I've never used these specific fabric paints before. I've also never used fabric paint for like bigger pictures, so I will see and update you about whether or not these survive like being washed. I'll hand wash them to try and like, you know, an inside out to try and help them, but we'll see. But I am really cute. Insert some footage of my Dreamlight ballet character here. Look, we match. We look the same. Me and her, literally the same person. Here's her and Rapunzel. That's my best friend. That's me. That's me and another fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, hopefully my face doesn't look too ugly and the quality from this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more of me. I don't have a like style of content. I just kind of do whatever. I have various different social medias down below. I also have a passes and a Patreon, and I want to give a special shout out to those who are one with the force over on my Patreon. And also the biggest shout out ever to Ashlee's favorite goblins, because they know they're my favorite goblins. But I love you and I'll see you very soon. Mwah!